Hi, welcome to Talking All Day with Tay. This is Taylor. Um, I wanted to start a podcast, number one, because I was bored, and number two, just because I always wanted to do a podcast. I've listened to podcasts for a long time, so I was like, why not give it a shot? I think I can do it. Um, I think it's also going to be comforting to do at times just to get a different perspective of how my life has been going and documentation of all of that. I'm excited. I feel like this is going to be a new blessing God has in store. Um, it's not going to be easy at first, but I am really looking forward to starting this podcast. And yeah, so let's start with what we're going to be talking about with Talking All Day with Tay. Well, first, let me introduce myself. My name is Taylor Jones. I am 19 and an Aries. Let me stop. And I am studying stenography, which is most likely going to end soon, where I finish off and I graduate for college. So I have a little bit of free time here and there, so I was like, why not start a podcast? I enjoy a lot of things, and as you go through this podcast, you'll find out about different things that I like to do, like hanging out with my friends. I'm really into like 90s aesthetic vibe. I am a major foodie, so we will probably be talking about a lot of restaurants that I've stopped at recently and music, different trends. There's a lot of things going on nowadays, especially with COVID going on. So I think that this podcast will also be very comforting to some people, including myself, with what we're going to be talking about with COVID and just how that's impacted everyone's life, how it's impacted my life. And I think it will be really interesting to dive deep into that. Also talking about Christianity, because I am a Christian. That should have been the number first thing I stated. But talking about my relationship with God, how I've been feeling, like what I've researched in the Bible. We'll have a lot of episodes about that. Different things that God has been telling me. And one of the main things we will be talking about in this podcast is mental health. And yeah, I'm a big person when it comes to mental health. I think it's very much needed, and awareness is very important to be shown with mental health. So we will be talking about that. I have been affected by mental health a lot, and whether people see it or not, I think it's really good for me to talk about it, because on social media, even though I don't have of course, a big following right now, on social media, you can make it seem like you're okay even though you're not. And there's different things that probably could have occurred in someone's life, including mine, that just showed lack of a person feeling like self-worth, self-love, confidence, and all of that. So we are definitely going to be diving deep into that topic with Talking All Day with Tay. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. I am very excited to do this podcast. Forgive me, because I'm still learning. This is actually my very first one that I'm going to be publishing soon. And the name, Talking All Day with Tay, it's interesting. I like the name, but it could change in the future. But as of right now, I actually really like it. So we're gonna do Talking All Day with Tay and just see how that goes. I definitely want to document different things that's happening in my life. The day in the life of a sonography student when I start doing clinicals, different places that I've visited or traveled, because I definitely want to travel in the future. So different travel experiences, and I also would like to have some guest speakers come on Talking All Day with Tay. I think it would be very interesting to have a lot of my friends come on air and we just conversate and talk about our daily lives, or what's going on, like different things we have in common that we're going through, or all that stuff. I definitely think that this is going to be interesting. One thing about me is I'm a very goofy person. So it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a lot of laughs. It's a lot of awkwardness, probably. I feel awkward even filming this right now because I'm like, what am I supposed to say? Like, I don't want to sound like, oh my gosh, she's just trying to sound perfect. Or I also want to make sure my sound's pretty crisp, like on here for a podcasting. And it's like interesting. And then also listening back to this after like I finish recording to see if it sounds good or whatnot. So this is the very first one, but I want to be as transparent as possible. So this is definitely a first take. Hopefully as time goes on I get better and better, and I can reach a good following and a good amount of viewers. And also showing, speaking of transparent, I'm in my closet right now. So I'm in my closet sitting on the floor talking, also trying to make sure my dog doesn't scratch on the door because my pet is very attached, has attachment issues. So also like just being transparent again, I also want to make sure that this podcast is long enough, or if I'm talking too much, if I'm rambling. I'm probably rambling now, but it's okay. But this is an intro podcast. This isn't a main topic one related yet. Please send me all of your recommendations if you have any. Speaking mainly to my friends right now, but to anyone, if you have any topics or ideas. I've gotten a lot already because I posted it on Instagram, which you can follow my Instagram at Talking All Day with Tay, Tae. And that's my podcasting page that I recently created. And I will be posting the topics, Q&As, and different things on that podcast just to keep everyone aware of when I post, what topics will be and what topics will come up. And yeah, I think the main thing I'm excited for is getting equipment, because I've been looking at a ton of videos about this since I am not a pro. And it's a lot that goes into podcasting, but it actually can be very simple. Like setting this up is actually very comfortable and very easy. So I have really big hopes for the future that it's not going to be as complicated, but I'm excited to buy different things to make, a cute little setup. And yeah, I think it's going to be really great. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. Like I stated before, we're going to be talking about a lot of topics, random topics even. Some that are just going to be mainly for any viewer to listen to, and some may be a lot of girl talks. So if there's any guys listening and they're like, I want to skip to the next one, don't worry. There's going to be a lot of different topics that I'm going to talk about. But I am passionate about girl talks, mental health, daily struggles, the whole 9 yards. So, yeah, I'm so excited for this podcast. Like, I feel like, I don't know if I sound as excited as I actually am, but I'm trying to be chill and cool about it. But I'm really excited. So, I hope that this podcast goes great, and prayerfully, I'll see a lot of growth in myself for making this podcast. um, and see myself evolve into a better person and